Hello everyone, welcome to Dentospedia, one of the best platform for dental global board exam. And today I am going to give you a short lecture from endodontic module, that is the fish 4 zone. So it is one of the most important topic in endodontics. So let us begin with the short lecture. So it is an endodontic implication, that is the fish 4 zone. Here the fish, he described how the periradicular tissue they react to the infection which is coming out of the root canal, and he created this experimental lesion in guinea pig by placing this infected wool inside the bone. So let us understand in simple terms these root canal infection. It is the root canal infection, and here the root canal is the main source of infection but not around the bone of the tooth. Now these bacteria they usually stay this inside the root canal, but they don't actively invade the bone. But if the toxins from these bacteria they travel out of the apex of the tooth, so out of the this is the apex of the tooth, if they travel out of the apex of the tooth, they irritate the periapical tissue. In this irritation they produces different tissue reaction at the different zones. So we can see here the different zone of reactions which are produced at different distance from the apex, which is known as fish zone. So let us understand this zone. Ye observe the 4 clear zones here: the zone of infection, the zone of contamination, zone of irritation, and zone of stimulation. We can see first zone as the zone of infection. It is the central part of the infection. Here the zone of infection, here the main cells are the polymorphonuclear neutrophils. It is very important to remember each and every cell at these cells are very particular based on these zones. The infection is only in the center of the lesion. So here we can see the infection is only in the center of the lesion. We can see here it is at the center. The red in the picture, the bacteria exist only in the central area. The PMN cells they destroys the most of the bacteria, and the surviving bacteria which are present here they still hide in the Haversian canal, and small bone fissures they are created with the burr. So here the bacteria are destroyed by the PMN cells, but still if they survive in the Haversian canal or in the small bony fissures. Let us see the second, that is the zone of contamination. Here the main cells are the round cells, which is the lymphocytes. Here no bacteria are present, very important, but their toxins are present here, only the toxins which are spread from the center. So this second zone is the zone of contamination, and we can see here there is no bacteria present, but their toxins are present here. Now these toxins they causes the cell death, that is the bone lacunae appear empty because they causes the cell death, they causes the death of this bone. But exactly not known whether these toxins are present from, whether they are present from any bacterial breakdown products or any bacterial exotoxins, so the bacteria produces any toxins, or the bone cell dies itself by autolysis. So here we don't know exactly this etiology of these toxins, how they are present, but here only the toxins are present but not the bacteria. So third is the zone of irritation. This third zone is the zone of irritation. Here the main cells are present are the macrophages and osteoclast. So what we see here, the toxins are still present, but they are present in the diluted form. Means the toxins are more diluted here, and the tissue shows here digestion of the collagens by these macrophages. So these macrophages they come into the picture and they shows the digestion of these collagen, and also the bone resorption. This bone which are already dead, they are resolved by these osteoclasts. So here in the zone of irritation, it represents the body's first attempt at repair. So it is very important. This zone, that is the third zone, zone of irritation, it represents the body's first attempt to repair. So we can see here how the macrophages and osteoclasts, they resorb the old tissue, but also is the first attempt to repair. Coming to the last zone, that is the zone of irritation. Here the main cells present are the fibroblast and the osteoblast. The toxins are so mild enough to act as a stimulant. So toxins are very mild enough, and the fibroblasts, they lay down the collagen fibers. So here the fibroblasts to help us to lay down the new collagen fibers. It forms the wall of defense and also provides scaffolding. That is, the new cells will be formed here, and the osteoblasts, they build the new type of bone. So here we'll see the new bone, and but the bone is laid down very irregularly. So this is the zone of stimulation, that is a zone of healing, we can say. This is the outermost zone. Here the fibroblast and the osteoblast, they lay down the new type of cells, that is the collagen fibers and new bone cells, and here it acts as a defense wall. So these four are the zone of fish, that is the zone of infection, zone of contamination, zone of irritation, and zone of stimulation. Here we saw in the zone of infection, bacteria are present. In zone of contamination, the toxins are present, which from the bacteria. Here the toxins are still diluted, and here the new cells appear, that is the collagen fibers, and the new bone appear. So this is it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your cooperation. I hope you enjoyed this short lecture. To understand the entire lecture with full explanation, diagrams, flowchart, and based MCQs, please download the Dentospedia app today. Thank you.